Here's something you might find interesting. The ancient Romans are as old to us as the ancient Egyptians were to them. I always kinda melded everyone into the ancient times together as dates and statues, as stories and epics. But that's not how someone from that time would have thought of themselves. I certainly wouldn't want the entirety of what I am condensed into one of the millions and billions of people part of the ancient millennials 2,000 years from now. Would you? We don't really think about this kind of stuff because it's not relatable, because we haven't experienced what it's like to be someone else. But truth be told, we do share quite a bit with others. For one, when you're out using a public restroom and you get bored, so you go and read the scribbles in the walls, maybe even add to the collection yourself. It's a common occurrence, so common in fact that when archaeologists dug up ruins from the ancient Roman city of Pompeii, they saw 2,000-year-old scribbles on their bathroom walls. And all around the city, in fact. Reading it sounds much like today's graffiti. Ophidius was here. Auge loves Alutenus. And my personal favorite, Gaius Valerius Venestus, soldier of the first Praetorian cohort in the century of Rufus. Screw women. One of my favorite subreddits to browse through is r/the way we were, which is filled with pictures of mostly personal things that shouldn't feel historically significant, yet just are. A surfer in 1890, a picture of a couple taken in 1970, a father covering his ears as thousands of young women scream in glee over the latest boy band of the time, the Beatles. These girls are as old as our grandparents, yet these pictures, they seem like pictures that any of us would take. And those are just pictures. There are also a lot to relate to from literature and film. Diaries and letters made by soldiers and ordinary citizens. Films that not only showcase the time they were shot in, but also the influence that shape how films are made today, where we, in turn, go back to those old films and remaster them, give us a greater sense of being there. That's amazing! The single greatest piece of media that stands to immerse us and relate to other people, though, is the interactive video games. Red Dead Redemption 2 shines in the sheer amount of small technical details that make the game feel more like a living, breathing world. Your character's beard growing in real time, the hairstyles you could have limited by the length of your hair, having to maintain and clean your weapons and yourself. And get this, horses are so realistic that their testicles shrink in cold weather. How? All jokes aside though, video games give us a window into other people's lives along with the uncomfortable decisions and moral dilemmas that occur within them. When I played this war of mine, trying to survive in a locked-down, war-torn city as a regular person, I had to make several choices that, even if it was a game, I, personally, am not proud of. That was back in 2015. 2 years later, when Marawi City was going through the exact same situation, I was able to empathize with the thousands of civilians, regular people, caught up in the tragedy. And that's just the point I'm trying to make here. Empathy. The people of the past are long gone. There are no longer any living people that were born in the 1800s, and to this day, I haven't met any survivors of any wars, but it doesn't mean that I'm not able to relate to them at all. In some small way, I'm still able to understand the struggles they've gone through because, in the end, we're all human.